I'm Michelle. I'm the Children's Librarian at the Sheridan County Public Library System, and welcome to Bookmarks, where I show you part of a book so you're going to want to come and check out the book and read it. And this is part of a brand new series called The Nocturnals, a mysterious abduction by Tracey, Hecht. Now, the thing is, nocturnals are animals and sometimes people who just like to come out at night where things happen. And it starts like this. And the first light of day surged above the horizon. Tobin crept toward home. It had been a long time of foraging for food, and the Pangolin was feeling tired. The anteater-like creature yawned and slumped at the base of a tree. Perhaps I'll just take a quick rest. Tobin's sleepy eye had drooped shut. Suddenly something heavy dropped right on his hairy skin. Ouch! The confused Pangolin reached for the greenish-yellow object and examined it with his taloned paws. Apollo, he exclaimed. Eagerly, Tobin peeled back the fruit's thick, spongy rind and took a whiff with his keen, elongated snout. Heavenly, he said, absolutely heavenly. But before he could taste the fruit's citrusy flesh, a voice screeched down from above. Thief, he cried, strange creature with body of blades, how dare you steal the body of my tree? Tobin dropped the pomelo at once. He was so startled that a small, smelly poof escaped from his rear. Oops, oh dear, he said. Hey, you, yelled the high-pitched voice. Tobin looked up. A small furry animal was perched in the branches, pinching his nose with one paw. He looked somewhat like a squirrel with dark round eyes and a long furry tail. That stench, that odor, oh, that tang! The creature scrunched his face in disgust. This calls for the flaps. So with that, he extended his arms and legs, revealing a wing-like skin that connected his limbs. Frantically, he fanned the still stinky air. Oh my, remarked Tobin, staring at the unique appendages. How elegant. Oh yes, the animal sighed. We sugar gliders are impressive indeed. He puffed out his chest with pride. Fine physique, fabulous facial expression, phenomenal fitness. And fueled by his own self-esteem, the sugar glider launched from his perch, allowing the wind to gather graceful under his wings and carry him to the ground. Tobin smiled and stepped towards his new acquaintance. He was just about to introduce himself properly when he heard another strange voice from the bush. Is there a problem, it said? Pangolin turned towards the sound. This time he did not jump. In contrast to the sugar glider's shrill pitch, the voice he just heard was gentle and soft. Tobin stared at the foliage. Who's there, he asked. Out of the green leaves emerged a slender red fox. Oh, mon Dieu, the sugar glider swooned, clasping his hands to his heart. Never have a big brown eyes beheld such beauty outside my own reflection. He approached the fox and dropped to one knee. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bismarck, macho marsupial, sweetest of sugar gliders, and your one true love. Ugh. Quickly, he snatched the pommel from under the Pangolia's nose and pressed it to the fox. For you, my lady. The newcomer raised an eyebrow. This bold creature, despite standing on tiptoe, barely reached her knee. She turned to Tobin. Is everyone all right here? She asked, twitching her nose. I thought I smelled trouble. See, the stinky one woke me up just as I was about to fall asleep. Excuse me, reminded the Pangolin, and bashfully shrugging his scales. I sprayed my defensive odor when I got scared. He blushed. I'm sorry, I really can't help it. The fox looked down at Tobin with her almond-shaped eyes and gave a reassuring nod of her head. The Pangolin smiled. I'm Tobin, she said, extending a paw. I'm Dawn, said the fox. The sugar glider wedged himself between his two new acquaintances. But of course you are, he exclaimed. Dawn, the magnificent moment where day and I settle in for my daily renewal. My dream-filled summer is my sunlit sleep. Bismarck bowed deeply. Your glow reels out of the full moon, my lady. You mean you also slept during the day? Asked Tobin, turning to the sugar glider. Bismarck's too tall. Mwah, he confirmed. I am a night prowler. I find my beetles and bananas when the moon is bright and the mood is right. The sugar glider spun close to Fox. And you, mon amour? I maintain evening hours as well, replied Dawn. Tobin's eyes brightened. We're all nocturnals, awake at night, asleep by day. Bismarck beamed. By the stars, he declared, thrusting his fist toward the glimmering sky above. We are animals, keepers of the night, a nocturnal brigade. We can be bold in adventure, we can be brave and challenging, and you can be dinner. A sharp hiss pierced the quick air. Quickly, the Pangolin, sugar glider, and the fox spun around. Behind them was a menacing black snake with bright blue belly, its dark tongue flipped in and out. Hate to break up this beautiful moment, but I am getting hungry over here, it hissed. and without another word of warning, it sprang forward its fang spear. At once, Tobin, Bismarck, and Don cleared the hungry snake's path. With his flaps spread out wide, the sugar glider leapt back up in the tree. Tobin curled up in a ball, shielding himself with the scales, and Don jumped to the side just in the nick of time. The serpent's breath was hot on her tail. Fuming and famished, the snake reared its head, its yellow eyes blazing like flames, and then something happened. As the snake ran forth, time seemed to go slow. Bismarck looked at Don. The fox drew towards Tobin. The pangolin curled even tighter. Somehow they knew what to do. As Tobin held his breath, Don cocked her leg and punted the pangolin. Whoosh! He flew through the air, a spinning ball of armor, forcing the snake to jump back. As the serpent reeled back and shot, Bismarck flew from his branch and his tiny fist clenched and ready. Hey-ya! And with a high-pitched yelp, he knocked the snake square in the jaw. The serpent hissed with rage and opened its mouth, but the fox had charged from behind, and before the snake could climb down his jaws, Don clamped her down hers, right on the snake's narrow tail. Round and round went the snake as the fox rotated her neck, and with a flick of her head, Don whipped the serpent back and flung it in the bushes. Breathless and stunned, the fox, the pangolin, and the sugar glider stayed in the bush, and soon the snake was scared off. They turned to each other. Is everyone all right? Don asked. Oh, goodness, said Tobin. That happened so fast I didn't have time to think. Bismarck's chest swelled with pride. Who needs to think when we have instinct? We are the Nocturnal Brigade. We fit together like the moon and the stars, like the wind and the wind, like a team, suggested Tobin. Like friends, said Don. And for a moment, the animals stood in meaningful silence. Bismarck, tiny in height, but grand in gesture. Tobin, armed with scales, yet tender in heart. And Don, delicate in manner, but strong in wisdom. Tobin grabbed the pomelo and broke it into 3 equal sections. Together the threesome savored the sweet, fragrant fruit and watched the moon fade away. The night was drawing to close, but their friendship and their ventures were just about to begin. Now in this story they talk about a creature called a pangolin. And if you don't know what it is, go to our library website and there's some databases and you can look it up. And you can read more adventures of Nocturnals, The Mysterious Abductions by Tracey, Hecht. Now, I put my bookmark there because I know I've got to get back and read this book. Now, when you close the book, the characters don't anything, although I think there's a bit of a whiff of a pangolin, just on the safe side. But you put the bookmark in there, first you know where your page spot is, and then the characters know you're going to be coming back to read more about them. Oh yeah, there's a little whiff there. Thanks for joining me. You brighten my day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.